Patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Acres, your John Deere dealer, is offering hot financing on all new compact tractors. For a limited time, get 0% interest for 84 months when you buy any new John Deere compact tractor. And with a variety of attachments, you'll make quick work of chores around your acreage. From mowing to grading and moving large loads, Acres has a John Deere tractor to handle your toughest projects. Don't delay. Visit your local Acres store to take advantage of this great offer. Acres, solutions for every field. Offer expires September 30th, 2023, subject to approved credit with John Deere Financial.
Okay, old buddy, I took you through the car wash and drove you out to your favorite dirt road to talk about something. Well, I'll tell you. Trucks and Bucks from the Nebraska Lottery's back, and I'm just going to buy some tickets, that's all. No reason to get upset. Of course you mean a lot to me. But this year, the Nebraska Lottery's giving away 8 Atlas Blue 2023 Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew Flex Fuel trucks. I mean, these things are gorgeous. And what happens if I win one? Hey, you'll still be part of the family. I thought maybe I'd give you to my nephew, Josh. He's not a terrible driver. He only left the gas nozzle in his tank and drove off once. Okay, twice.
Ford F-150 is a registered trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company. Top prize odds 1 in 336,000.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any backyard landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Hot tub season is here, and to celebrate, Bonsall Pool & Spa is having a Labor Day sale so good that they're offering it for the whole week. Purchase a new High Life Collection or Limelight Collection spa and receive a free step and cover lifter from now until September 11th. Stock will go fast, so hurry in and claim your new spa today. It's the Labor Day sale from September 1st through the 11th at Bonsall Pool & Spa at 33rd and Highway 2 or at bonsallpool.com.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Now through September 13th, join for just $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. Plus, with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th. See Home Club for details.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this. They actually say it's called service.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-9462.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Welcome into the Drive with AD and Raff. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
Brought to you by Sand Hills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday. Oh, man, I don't even know. 0-2 for the weekend. AD 0-2 for the weekend. At least Nick got a victory on Thursday night.
Yep. What do you know?
I hate football. Is it baseball?
Hey, speaking of baseball, the Cubs, 77 wins.
I was joking. I don't like baseball.
I know you don't. But AD, how's life treating you? Where in the world are you?
I am in Grand Forks, North Dakota.
There it is. The riveting town.
North Dakota.
I'm about.
Do you just not have? Hold on, AD. So Raff, do you just not have anything to say, and then that's why how you fill time?
No.
Okay.
I enjoy saying North Dakota.
Okay, I was curious.
Oh, Nick mean to me again.
No, that's not it. That's not it at all.
Mean again. You better watch out. The roadies will be all over you.
Yeah, which is such a stupid thing. It's never.
Oh boy. I
have never experienced something as stupid as that. I saw a tweet today of Raff. It was like Raff's Roadies Assemble.
Yeah.
You can't. You don't just hashtag it and people see it.
Yeah, they do. It's like my news team.
No.
I sent it out. The Raff's Roadies Assemble.
Yeah.
Magic's already been in here today, getting the sign ready for the new studio. He wants me to proofread it. That's what it is.
Nonetheless, AD, why did you have to leave me today, man? Today of all. This is what I wanted to see.
Well, I'm just listening and laughing.
Yeah, guys.
That's all you can do after Saturday.
Yeah,
listen and laugh.
I was gonna say, yeah, real disappointing weekend for a lot of us. I think, just the way it all unfolded, just a really disappointing couple of days, and plenty to get to.
Well, before we go any further, fellas, I do want to give. It is actually, it's 22 days. Nick, you're 22 years. September 11th, the horrible tragedy that took place at our soil, of course, at the Pentagon, there in that field in Pennsylvania, and of course in New York City, where a very good friend of the radio, Dave Remington, had his office at Cantor. Forget the other two names, but Cantor was one of the names of the offices there. He had a lot of friends in. He was only by the grace of God just happened not to be up in that area that day as close soon. He would have been there later. But if we can give at least a 10 to 15 second pause for all those families that were lost through 9/11. for all we know, something like that brings perspective real quick. As far as now we're still going to rant. You better believe that. But be remiss to forget that. Nick, I was going to say where you were at, Nick. I think you may have been in your mom's tummy, or maybe
I would have been 7 months old.
7 months. Yeah.
7 months old.
7 months. Raff, where were you at on 9/11, bro?
I was waking up after the Broncos played their first game at Invesco at Mile High Stadium. However, all I could think about was that was the night Ed McCaffrey broke his leg, that serious where it went sideways, and that's all I could think about. I was like, oh my gosh, the Broncos season. And then next thing you know, you start hearing about the planes and everything, and then you're like, man, there's a lot worse things than a football injury going on. So
Absolutely. Nick's 7 months old, Raff, waking up from the next day of a McCaffrey injury. I was on campus because at the time I was working on my master's at the university. And then I remember being in a classroom, and I looked at I was going to the bathroom at remember the old CBA, Raff?
Yep.
Old CBA building. And my brother Mark he was an advisor for the university. He had an office over there. So I was going in the middle of his bathroom, and I stopped because there's a TV in the commons area. And I looked up at the TV, and they were saying something's not right. I remember and then that's when that first plane hit. And I went back to my brother's room. He goes, my brother's office, because it was right down the hall. He goes, that was no accident. Because, he was military as well. So he fought in Desert Storm. He goes, that was no accident, bro. That was no accident. He kept saying it over and over again. I went back to my classroom, and the professor turned the TV on, and he goes, yeah, you guys are dismissed for the day. Feel free to go. And then obviously we all know what transpired after that. But I just thought I'd be remiss not to mention that, man. Such a monumental day, a tragedy, a day that obviously lives in infamy here in the United States, man, and beyond, as far as that goes. So, yeah, that was a tough one. That was a tough one right there, man. But definitely want to do that. Nick, tell us about the trip to Colorado, man. What was that like? What were the fans like? What was the atmosphere like?
The atmosphere was really special. I mean, it was really cool. It was a cool place to be. I mean, we were walking around, and we had Jay and I should say, had breakfast and brunch on Friday after Jay and I made the trip to Boulder after he picked me up in Denver. And I mean, the energy was there on Friday. The energy was, I mean, just at eating breakfast. I mean, there were Colorado fans next to us talking about Husker fans. I don't think they knew we were sitting there, but talking about Husker fans and how much they just disliked Nebraska and how much. For example, there was another group that saw Jay and I were wearing Husker gear, and there was a family with a young child, and the baby looked at us, started crying. And he goes, and the dad who was holding the baby goes, yeah, she saw Husker fans and she started crying.
Oh my God.
There was that stuff going on. I mean, just on Friday at about 10:30 or so local time. So it was pretty intense from the get-go. That people knew it was a big game. I said this on the pregame show on Saturday that, well, I mean, I drove to the stadium drove to our pregame spot about 6 a.m. or so local time. The game started at 10 a.m. And there were probably 50 or 70 Colorado students walking about a mile and a half away from the stadium towards the stadium. And I realized this isn't happening any other year for Colorado right now. They're coming off of one of the worst, if not, they were the worst team in all of college football last year, and they got outscored 220 something to 40 something in the month of November last year, and here they are 1-0 at that time, and because of a few players on it and the coach on that team, this energy is just abundant in Boulder, Colorado of all places. And it was just interesting to see all that. The energy for Husker fans was electric throughout the first two quarters, and then at halftime it kind of subsided a little bit. And then me and Jay's flight got delayed a couple of hours on Saturday night, so that wasn't great either. So as soon as the third quarter started, the whole entire trip just kind of went downhill.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I'm glad you had that experience out there, though, man. It was it seemed like it was just absolutely nuts.
Mhm.
Yeah, me and Raff were in Lincoln, thanking God we only had 3 minutes to go to our houses after that game because I was, oh man, I was ready to watch. Me and Raff were ready to watch football all day. Be excited, man. I was ready to go. I went home and was just pissed for the rest of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and what's so disappointing about it is that I mean they came out and Nebraska's defense played so well. I mean,
Mhm.
and I think there's just a lot of glaring things that we learned about this team. And
Yeah.
you talk about the jump or the progress from week 1 to week 2, and I think Nebraska. Once again, I think there's just a lot of things and a lot of observations that we were able to make on Saturday that are accurate and that are very, very noteworthy as well. So.
Absolutely. Well, before we go to this first break and we start breaking it down even more, read a few of these. Brock's neighbors says, "Go Raiders, 7-0 versus the Donkeys." Yes, the Raiders got it done. My Steelers got their faces stomped in. I was done with that game pretty much in the first quarter. Let me see. Dirty Tony the boys said, "Happy Patriots Day, man! Big shout out to all of our first responders. Absolutely, Dirty Tony the boys. Big shout out to all of our first responders. Thank you for your continued service, for what you do all over the state of Nebraska and all over the country." Oh, Craig, come on, man! Yeah, he's going in on Sims already. Crowbait said he was a sophomore year in high school, waiting for class to start when that took place. David, the dad, said he was in the Navy 3 hours north of New York City at military school. Thanks for the moment of silence. Absolutely, brother. Thank you for your service. Cool Hand Luke says, typical Colorado fan, probably pinched the baby.
Hey, the brunch spot was delicious, though. Let me tell you, there's happy news. And Boulder was a pretty cool town. Like it's a very, I mean, it's definitely a college town, but I mean, it's a very cool place, and you're surrounded by mountains, obviously, and so it was a cool place.
Yeah, Boulder's a cool spot, man. And the people sometimes get on your nerves, but
Yep.
Yeah. Unknown Texture says, game day going to Boulder for the Ducks versus Buffs, third straight national pregame coverage for CU. Yeah, it is.
Well,
It is.
here's what's crazy, guys, and
Yeah.
I want to talk about that because notice how Fox has married themselves to Colorado.
Big
right?
time.
Fox is going there for their big noon kickoff show, but that's not their big noon kickoff game. Like they are, and now you see it to where the competitiveness with ESPN, the best game's not Colorado State.
Nope.
Obviously, it's a rivalry, but that's not the best game going on this weekend. Illinois and Penn State is a better game, if you want to be honest. Illinois and Penn State is a better game. I think so. I think there's also there's not a lot of great games this week, but there's better games than Colorado State. But now ESPN is viewing all this as, oh boy, Fox is giving Dion and Colorado all this coverage. We better kick it into gear here. And obviously a 2-0 record helps, and obviously, you know, all the
interstate rival.
Yeah, that all helps. But Fox, especially when their big noon kickoff game is not the Colorado State game, but they still want their big noon kickoff show to be from there. That's when you've kind of married with that school, because then it's like, when do you pull away? When do you stop going to Colorado for your big noon kickoff show?
Well, they'll most likely probably be there again when Oregon. Oregon, does Colorado go to Oregon? Oregon come to Colorado?
Oregon, they go to Oregon.
Okay.
But then in a few weeks, I believe USC comes to Colorado.
Yeah. They'll be back again.
So you have the writing somewhat on the wall. And then once again, you know, if game day goes without those ones, then it's completely understandable. But man,
showing them a lot of love when you're winning, I guess.
I'm just listening to the.
You seem mad.
I am.
Why?
We lost.
Okay.
I'm upset.
All right.
You know what, man? I'm almost to the point to where I made a decision yesterday as I was in the air. I'm not gonna get worked up about the loss anymore with my Steelers. It already kind of worked with my Steelers. I'm not gonna get worked up with them. Nebraska is a little different because I'm emotionally attached to them. But I'm just gonna reprogram my mind just to be surprised when it goes well, and not expect it.
I'm gonna believe this when I see it.
I'm just gonna be surprised when I see
We're
it
not
go
made.
well.
We're not made that way, AD. I'm sorry.
This keeps ripping my heart out over and over, man. I
You're not
think the
wired
thing
that
about
way,
it. Well, I think the thing that's most frustrating is I know that they're capable of playing better, and that's the part that's most frustrating, man. But we'll dive into more of that as well.
So guys, real quickly before we go to break, so get this. So Sanderson says, "Oh my, now Prime is on CBS News this morning." Now get this. A lot of people don't know this part yet. 60 Minutes was in Boulder on Saturday. 60 Minutes, they were getting footage, and then they interviewed Coach Prime on Sunday. It's going to air, and obviously sometime in the near future, obviously. But if Nebraska would have beaten Colorado, this is a big reason why there's so many media passes given out, was because 60 Minutes brought their entire team to gather footage and gather, obviously all the footage for Coach Prime and for a special on Colorado for a feature. But then if Nebraska would have lost, they would have scrapped the entire, or excuse me, if Nebraska would have won, they would have scrapped the entire thing and just forgotten about it. So that's what's crazy. So 60 Minutes was in town in Boulder. There was a lot of people in town in Boulder over the weekend. So
Yeah. Some of the text line goes, Ron goes, AD for Minnesota and CU beating a recent 4-8 team. So far, both teams have stormed the field after a win. What are your thoughts about it? It shows you that people still enjoy beating Nebraska. That end, regardless of the record, it still means something for them to beat Nebraska. And I wish that we would play like it means something at times. And I'm not saying we're not playing hard. We're just not playing smart is the big thing, particularly offensively. We're playing hard, just not playing very smart football at all. And Unknown Texter says, you're way too late to be surprised after a good player win group, AD. I probably am.
I want upset AD back. This surprised AD.
Boring. It's better for my blood pressure to be more surprised than upset. It's for health purposes. We're going to go to break, but folks, again, a big shout out to all of our first responders and to those who were directly impacted. All of us were, but I mean like family members, friends you knew in 9/11. Our thoughts and prayers continue to go with you. All those kids, I was watching a little bit of those kids who are not kids anymore, who are adults, reading some of their parents' names at the different memorial sites. So again, big shout out to our responders for September 11th, which you continue to do for us across the globe. So we'll come back and we'll discuss more to where we might need some first responders with our blood pressure going up discussing this game. Folks, we're going to come back on the drive. You got Nick and Raff holding it down at the mothership. I'm up here in Grand Forks. I don't think too far from Canada, honestly. But thank God for technology. We can still do it all. We're going to come back and talk about it all when we come back. This is The Drive, 937 A Ticket.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this. They actually say it's called service.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You were so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's coming. Heating it.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group are Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With Gold Class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Guys, you've heard me tell you all about Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, but it's not just me. Folks all over town are having success with the FXB program. Guys like Gary, who just finished up his own 10-week challenge.
Yeah, Mark. After having a knee replacement in March, I was looking for a way to get back into shape. The workouts are fun, the atmosphere is a total blast, and I've lost 17 pounds since starting in July.
The next Farrell's 10-week challenge begins on October 7th, and ticket listeners get $150 off enrollment. Just head to theticketfm.com. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Chris Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday. Got a little NFL game tonight, too.
We do. It's
Aaron Rodgers
and Josh Allen.
The debut in New York City.
Who do you guys like in that one tonight?
Jets.
You do like the Jets?
Yep.
Interesting. The Bills, their window feels to be closing
fast.
They I think that this is a need tonight for them. They need this one bad tonight, I think. Just because it feels like their window is closing.
Fast.
Yeah, fast. So unfortunately enough.
Oh, AD, Nebraska. Oh.
Well, I'll tell you what, one team, we'll talk about that later if we get time, that's pissed off the Giants fans. Good gosh. I mean, 40-0, which it's not like my Steelers were far behind, but I tell you what, that was a game I was not expecting Dallas to beat them 40-0. And John Goodwin texts in talking about the Bears. Yeah, the Bears. The Bears as well. Goodwin, I'm with you, brother. I know it hurts.
I thought for sure that Pete would have donuts in here today, probably
I'm a little disappointed he didn't.
mimosas, like everything in here, just
Yeah.
celebrating. I figured he hasn't even went to bed yet. He's probably
No, he might still be up.
celebrating the Super Bowl victory already.
Nick, Raff, obviously the final score, what, 29-14?
36.
36-14. Nebraska. I guess I was thinking about the Steelers. Sorry, Steelers still. There was 30-7, whatever. There were so many things that were frustrating that game of just self-inflicted wounds again. I'm going to just talk about the elephant in the room since we've all been discussing it a little bit. Where do you go? Where do you go? What's the first move you got to make this week?
Go ahead, Raff.
First move that you make this week.
Unless you don't, let's say unless you don't got anything.
No, I got stuff. You do not abort the running game. I thought some of the stuff that they were doing in the first half from the running game, I thought that it was happening. They were starting to, I think you were starting to have Colorado get a little bit frustrated on offense. They didn't have the ball a ton. You saw a push from the offensive line where we were gaining yards. And I think that's your strength of your team. I liked when we ran the ball out of the pistol. I thought they found something there. And I understand that the way the game went in the second half, I get where they had to go away from it some, but this team this week that we're playing, you stick to the running game. That is your strength. Stick with it. Run the ball. I know that they're going to be thinking, well, we'll be able to throw the ball and stuff like that, but you've got to think long term with Nebraska. And I don't see passing the ball as the strength of this team. I see running the ball. It can be the strength of this team. So work on it. You know, there was opportunity there in Colorado on Saturday running the ball, and I thought for the most part in the first half they followed through, and I was impressed by that because what we've heard for the last couple of years, oh, you can't run the ball, blah, 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 and they actually they made it something, and I was proud of Satterfield for the game he called in the first half. For the first half, I was that he was not stubborn, that I know they're not listening to what we're saying or what people are saying, but the big thing was run the ball, get Irvin his carries, and I thought the first half, I thought they did well in doing that. I mean, was it a complete game? By no means, no, but I thought I saw stuff in the first half that I did like. I mean, and I guess that's what I'm holding on to is that, that they continue it onto this week and you keep on building. I mean, I don't know. It's like Colorado. I get Colorado, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, if Nebraska would be like Colorado, and you can do this in 2 games, you can change your program around. But the thing that's different between Nebraska and Colorado is they've got a difference-making quarterback, and we do not. I mean, that's the honest truth. If you take Shadur Sanders away from that Colorado team, they're probably sitting in the same spot Nebraska is right now. That's honest.
I think with the running game, you look at Gabe Irvin in the first half, and he had 14 carries in the first half. He had 3 in the entire second half. The second half, when you got rolling, it was not out of hand. 13-0 is not a score where you need to abandon the run game and you need to figure out a way to air it out a little bit. I think and if you look at Jeff Sims also, is that he had that one carry for 57 yards, and outside of that he had 9 carries for 10 yards.
Yep.
There was no they talk so much about quarterback run game, and I think Husker fans, we get so blindsided and we get these rose-colored glasses to where it's Jeff Sims had a 57-yard run. Nebraska's running game with the quarterback was good. Well, unfortunately, once again, here we are with through 8 quarters of football, the decision making has been atrocious. I mean, that's just what it is. I hate to use that word, but it has been, guys.
Yeah.
Whether it's been the position that coaches have put Jeff Sims in, or whether it's been decision making, because both are true and both can be true. Nebraska's got to find somebody that just plays quarterback, right. And there's whether that's Jeff Sims or whether that's Heiner Carberg or Chuba, it doesn't matter. Chuba, whoever, if you want to call it, as Gus Johnson said it. Who, by the way, guys, I am usually a huge fan of that broadcasting duo of Gus Johnson and Joel Klatt. Gus was difficult to listen to and has been tough to listen to this entire season. I mean, it's almost as if now I thought, honestly, Joel Klatt, who is a Colorado grad, did a very good job of being unbiased on that game on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Gus Johnson, when you come in and pronounce names incorrectly, it just he's been off kind of for these first couple of weeks. It's been really, really weird because normally that duo is really, really good together. But nonetheless, back to Nebraska. They just need to find a guy who doesn't turn the ball over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Raff, to your point, why Shedeur Sanders is so valuable is there's not a ball that Shedeur Sanders throws that you sit there and go, yeah, that might not work. That might not be there.
Yep.
And how do we know that? Because Nebraska fans were holding their breath every single time he threw the ball.
Yep.
Every single time he threw the ball down the field, Husker fans held their breath collectively.
Yeah.
And so he's a guy that doesn't turn it over. He doesn't run unless he's absolutely forced to.
Yep.
It's Nebraska just needs to find a guy that plays quarterback. And that's all it needs, right? Because they have the guys for a traditional run game. But now you look towards the future here, and we can get to this down the road. You look towards the future, and there was accountability in the room for a guy like Anthony Grant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be 100% honest, and not necessarily, I'm not trying to call anybody out, but they were quick to throw Anthony Grant under the bus for fumbling so much in the offseason. They were quick, and they had zero issue doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Sims in the game has fumbled. The snap touches both of his hands. This isn't Cam Jurgens in 2019. and there was never a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, it's either you feel horrible about the guys that are behind him, or you truly believe that you just have loyalty to a fault with this guy. I'm not calling for him to be benched.
But just from what you see,
I'm not calling for Jeff Sims to be benched, right? And I tweeted this out during the game, is that sometimes you get so sped up and the moment gets going so fast that you just need to take a breath.
Yeah, we talked about that on the spillover with
that's all it needs. Jeff Sims, I understand you don't want to disrupt the flow of the offense. It's not like the offense had that great of a flow in the first half. The 2 weeks it hasn't had a great flow. I mean, really, in true game time, you have scored 2 touchdowns. You scored one on the botched trick play against Minnesota, and you scored one on the 57-yard run. You can count the one with Thomas Fidone in the end. It's great. It's good to see Thomas Fidone get a touchdown. But at the end of the day, there's been zero flow to this offense.
Yep.
And so with that, I think back to like the Adrian Martinez, Luke McCaffrey days, where they benched Adrian Martinez because he just continued to turn it over, continued to make bad decisions, and continued just not to play well, not up to the par, right? So then they benched him for a first half, brought him back in, and it looked like he was ready to go.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's a benching, like we put this negative connotation with the word benching and the action.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be.
Nope.
It can just be hey, don't let the moment get so big. Just take a breath and lean on your preparation.
Yep.
But
you're
not even doing that.
Yep. Slow it down.
No, everything that you're saying, Nick, the take a breath is huge. And the message that's being in the locker room right now is not consistent. And what I mean by that is what you just explained. I was telling Raff, if Grant wasn't a senior, he'd probably be in the portal after this year. He has nowhere else to go. This is his last year. And I'm hoping that they're preparing the other quarterbacks, because sometimes the pushback you hear on that, well, who do they have a second? I tell you what, at second, even if if you just don't turn the ball over, you keep yourselves in games. Hand the ball off, short patterns. I mean, the long touchdown that Sims, and I'm not going to pile on Sims. I'm piling on the performance, not the person. When I see the people taking the personal shots at the dude, to each their own. That each their own. I'm just not doing that, man. But it's performance. It's nothing personal. It's performance. And until you have a quarterback in there, you simply, in any sport, unforced errors in baseball will kill you. Turnovers in basketball will kill you. Turnovers in football, because the game is so short and there's minimal times of possession, they absolutely destroy you. This is nothing personal against Sims. This is personnel. These are results of what you're doing on the great kid. And I assure you, no one in this state feels as bad as he does. I mean, the dude can't hardly go to class without somebody probably cracking a joke or cracking more NIL. So I'm going to tell you right now, that's probably not going to help the performance all whatsoever. What you need to do to help that kid, though, sit him down. Coach Osborne did it with Steve Taylor. Coach Osborne did it in the national championship game with both Brooke Behringer and Tommy Frazier. You can go across the country and see coaches that simply say, you know what? I got to save this kid from himself. Because right now, his eyes are in a traffic jam and he's a squirrel running across a traffic jam. You've got to bring that person out, let them gather themselves. You know what? And if that other kid in there is doing a better job at the time, getting taken out of the game doesn't mean you're being demoted for the whole year. It means at this time, this moment, for the sake of the team. Because to me, what you're doing right now, you're trying to save one player over 128 others. You don't sacrifice one guy's mental well-being by keeping him out there, or confidence, which there's no confidence right now by the passes he was throwing. You save him to save the entire team. Bring him out. Give Harbaugh, one of those guys, Purdy. Well, I know Purdy's been short. I've been hurt a little bit. But you got to put our backup quarterback in there and say, you know what? Here's what I need you to do. Because even if they would have inserted him in the middle of the second quarter, maybe you turn our fortunes around before the game gets out of control like it did so quickly. I personally was surprised to see Sims start the second half. I was personally surprised to see it happen.
Well, see, I was surprised, but then I was disappointed when we found out that there was not even a conversation between coaches of making a change. That's where I was like, the siren kind of went off for me personally, guys. And AD, I want to reiterate something that you said. This is not a personal shot at Jeff Sims. It's the performance. The Nebraska guys through 22 drives this year has turned it over 36% of the time. That is more than 1 out of every 3 drives. That does not include the 7 3 and outs on drives. 7 drives that you went 3 and out and punted away. That's factual right there. Is that I understand that you're thin at wide receiver. I understand maybe your offensive line struggled to block in week 1 against Minnesota. I get that. But you also have to know that when it's not working, that you need to figure it out. Like, this is not, and part of it, guys, like, let's be honest, this is Nebraska. This is not a Georgia Tech. This is not a Baylor. This is not a Temple. This is not even the Carolina Panthers. The expectation and the intensity is much greater here than I think probably anywhere else these guys have been.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's accurate to say. And I think when you look, it's being realistic is to say, hey, you know what? Yeah, Jeff Sims is our guy. He can still be the starter. But you can't you got to be joking that after what was it, 6 turnovers in 6 quarters? That he's your best shot?
Well,
that he gives you your best shot to win the game?
Well, that's what frustrates me too. Like, I was talking to AD about this also. It frustrates me is like, take him out for a possession or two, just let him slow the game around and put in your number 2 quarterback or your number 3 or wherever. You never really know who really the true number 2 is. Put them in. But then it sounds like, well, we just don't have as good a shot. We've been hearing that for years. We just don't have a good a shot with the second string quarterback and the third string, which you probably should not, since your first string quarterback should give you the best shot to win. But you still would think that you would have enough confidence to put in your second string quarterback. Yeah. But time and time again, it's like, just. So it gets me wondering to myself, It's like, if they know this, why wouldn't you have went out and got another quarterback or some quarterbacks to compete? It frustrates me. It's like, you have these guys on scholarship. So to me, if you have them on scholarship, they must show something to you to make you think that it irritates me so much. And it goes back. I mean, even back to Martinez, and it's like, hey, just take him out. Just let him, see the game, let it slow down, because in no means, like, I think Jeff Sims, I think that he can be productive. It's just a matter of, you've got to keep him within himself. At the end of the first half there, it was just like, it just felt like it was a self-destruct mode, like even on the motion where they came early, I go, that's on the quarterback. You got to send the motion guy earlier for the snap. And it just felt like it was just falling apart. And it's like, take him out, let him take a breath. Like you were saying, Nick, put in your second string quarterback. You don't have to go throw the ball around the field.
Why? And why don't you have to? Because the running game was working.
And the ball. Yeah, exactly.
You found something in Gabe Ervin that day. Like you don't need, once again, this is Nebraska's biggest issue over the last decade, is that you're trying to ask your quarterback to do so much that when you can put your quarterback in, run the ball. Why? Because it was proven effective.
Yep. You know what, Nick, let me ask you guys this. And Drumstick, you got a good point, but I understand that Drumstick says, well, these guys are getting paid right now. He goes, Jeff Sims is getting paid lots and lots of money to perform. He's not performing. He's not a kid. He's an adult being paid for services. You know what, Drumstick, you're exactly right. He is getting paid for his services. What I'm simply saying is making memes and dogging the guy is probably not going to help his performance, is what I'm simply saying. I like to keep him on the field. And right now he's performing horribly on the field. It's not a personal shot at the kid. I don't understand why people think that's going to help. It's frustration. That's why I don't post. I don't tweet. I stay off social media as far as remarks, because I don't want to do it out of emotion, because I would have said a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, nah, that's not going to help the matters done. But everything you're saying, Drumstick, is correct. Hence why, because you are being paid now, it's college athletics are different. If I'm not performing at my job, if you're not Nick and Raff, you're not, we can get pulled. You should be able to do the same thing, regardless of you getting paid or not, on a college football team. Because right now, fellas, I'm just going to say it. His performance has cost us potentially 2 games. Now, obviously, we don't know the outcomes, but I tell you what, I sure like our outcomes without 8 turnovers in 2 games. Is it 8? Yeah, it is 8. No, 7 turnovers in 2 games. Yeah. 7, which he's accountable of 6 of those. And that's just calling it what it is. The snaps were there. The one he should have just fell on is trying to pick it up. These are things that's why when people say, well, if you took him out, what would it do to your program? Maybe win. Maybe win a game or come closer and not shooting. If someone beats you, just beats you without the turnovers, because think about this, guys. Think about the number of drives that Colorado had on their side of the 50. Heck, there's times they had it when they're on 45. So we didn't, because you look at the disparity in yards. We'll come back and talk about that at the end of the break. But, time of possession, all those things were relatively even. And I'll get into those numbers. I don't want to go before the horse. You take away 4 unforced errors. I mean, it's like baseball, Nick. You know baseball way more than I do, okay? Unforced errors absolutely kill you. It did that to us on Saturday. It did it to us in Minnesota. It did it to us Saturday in Boulder. Unforced errors will kill you. And I'm going to stick by this, and anyone who vaguely even follows football knows like this. If you turn the ball over, your chances of winning significantly go down. Bottom line. And when you say one position is not going to be tolerated for, but then the other, you give a pass to the tune of 7 total with one person, you've got to make some decisions to simply say, you know what? We're going to need Jeff Sims later down the road. I mean, that's the bottom line. All right, regardless if he's a starter or not, you're going to need him. You're going to need Anthony Grant down the road. This is a long season. But when you send a mixed message, which it's not even my opinion, it's just out there. When you say, well, we can't have turnovers and anyone who does can't play, but you have a guy that's committed 6 by himself in 2 games. What's the message? Because eventually what that's going to cause in that locker room, I don't care what anybody says, you're going to have the defense looking cockeyed and sideways at that offense. Saying, look, we're doing everything we possibly can do to keep us in games, but yet you guys can't hold on to the freaking ball. We're busting our tail out there. Now, I don't care what defense you got back. I don't care if it's Texas defense, Alabama's, the best defense in the country. You give a team with that type of speed of Colorado, which, by the way, we hung with every bit of the game. And so finally, it was like, okay, how many times we're going to keep giving them the ball? A team like that eventually is going to make you pay for it. A Division III team will make you pay for it. So it comes to the point to where you've got to make you've got to make some decisions to save your entire team, not one individual, because you can say people can say whatever they want. If this continues the way it is, you are going to start forming divisions on that team that are saying, look, we're doing all we freaking can. We make adjustments. Why can't the other side make an adjustment and see what happens? That's the part that frustrates me the most, to the point to where you won't make a change and not even think about making the changes. And for us to say anything different, people they'd be looking at us like, don't tell us it's raining when it's not. Make a switch for the sake of the other 120-something guys out there.
Let's head a break, gentlemen.
Yes. Folks, we'll be back. We'll discuss the breakdown between the lines, the tape, the numbers, and the numbers do not lie, folks. We'll be right back. It's The Drive. We got Nick holding it down, Raff holding it down, AD somewhere way north. We'll be right back. The Ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
For many Nebraskans, fall means cooler weather and longer days that include running kids around, cheering for your favorite teams, and long days at work. The hours on your feet can really add up and give unnecessary pain and discomfort. At Fleet Feet Lincoln, they help find the shoes and inserts you need with their Fit ID machine, which takes a 3D image of your feet. If you're having trouble finding the right fit, visit Fleet Feet Lincoln at 77th and Pioneers.
Close your eyes and imagine yourself buying a Nebraska Lottery Trucks and Bucks scratch ticket. Now, imagine scratching it off and winning a brand new truck. Imagine the excited victory dance you'll do when you get the keys to your new truck. There you go. Yeah. Okay, that's enough. Now, imagine driving down the street in your cool new ride. Easy. Slow down a little. Maybe give a little honk to that neighbor who thinks he's all that. Nice. Now, open your eyes and play today.
Top prize odds, 1 in 336,000.
Welcome to the company, Sarah. Benefits include 2 weeks of vacation, 401k matching, and 5 minutes of dream time per day.
Dream time?
Yes, I'm guessing you play Mega Millions from the Nebraska Lottery.
Of course.
Well, we give every employee 5 minutes to close their eyes and dream of all the things they could do with those millions of dollars. Yachts, mansions, you name it.
That's awesome.
Obviously, to make up for that time, we had to take away cappuccino breaks.
Obviously.
Mega Millions, top prize odds, 1 in 302 million.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any backyard landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Warning, this ad will use the F word often, so listen at your own risk. Family fun, fun with friends, freedom from fuel, free Yeti cooler, free driveway delivery. Hey, this is Carl from Nebraska Golf Carts and Priced Right Auto, and we have the all-electric Bentelli Fun Carts, and they are a blast. Plenty of fun colors, and these street-legal carts come in both 4 and 6 passenger. Tell us you heard us on the ticket and get a free Yeti cooler with your purchase. Hurry, supply is limited. Check them out at 1235 West O in Lincoln or NebraskaGolfCarts.com.
Fall has arrived, and it's the perfect weather for the DIY market to listen to the game while building a deck. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and Decorators composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance and to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671 or go online to deckcityne.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Welcome into the Drive with AD and Raff. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history. We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
Brought to you by Sand Hills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah, we knew versus their offense that we were going to have to try to control the line of scrimmage. And we just thought the best way for us moving the ball was for us to be physical, for us to be downhill, for us to run the ball. I thought had we stayed on the field, and not had those penalties and converted some scores down in the red zone, that would have been a little more. Just unfortunately kind of got a little bit away from us.
Running game got away from Nebraska.
I do agree with him, though. They had the right plan.
They did.
It was happening.
They did.
You saw it happening. You saw the holes start to open up. You saw they just turnovers. At the end of the day, turnovers
and poor decision making. Again, I mean, one thing we didn't even talk about when we were talking about quarterbacks last segment, guys, was the decision to run out of bounds.
Yeah.
Right. Like, once again, like, these are tangible things that we can point to, unfortunately. And that's two straight weeks of poor decision making that either cost Nebraska the chance at points or allowed the other team to be in a position to where they were able to score points. And so,
you know what?
It's not fun to talk about this.
No. You know what? It's like you mentioned, Nick, that the decision to run out of bounds. And Raff, sorry to bring up a bad point. I mean, a bad memory, but it's like when Garoppolo against the Broncos yesterday. He had the mindset. And obviously, it's pro, but also it's just football IQ. He didn't run out of bounds. He realized that clock, I need to keep this clock ticking. So he slid in bounds. You've seen that in other games yesterday, but that's the one that stands out the most because I was paying attention. I was watching that game for an exception of about 40 minutes when I was in the air. Yeah. But when Garoppolo he kept the ball in bounds because he realized he got to keep that clock ticking. It's just, it's football IQ to have out there. Some of the stats from Saturday, they're pretty glaring. If you would, you look at net rushing yards, 41 for 222. They had 33 for 58. Net yards passing, we're at 119. They were 396. Total offense, 341. They had 454. Penalized yards, they were 9 for 80. We were 6 for 40. Now, here's the thing to the stat that may be a little deceptive, but it was the truth because they started such on short fields. We had the ball for 29 minutes and 41 seconds. They had it for 30 minutes and 19 seconds. So a little over barely a minute in difference, but because they were operating, on such a short field most of the day, we had 8 sacks for 65 yards. If you would have if I just read you those stats along with the big boogahoo here, which we all know, the turnovers, fumbles, 4 for 0, 4 turnovers, they had 1 for 1. If you looked at just those stats alone, but then that turnover one sticks out, you're going to think, oh man, it's probably a closer game, which it was. And it goes back and we talked about, guys. I know we sound like a broken record, but it's the truth, man. You cannot turn the ball over. And I'm going to bring up a thing, Raff. You've seen this when we watched Day by Day last week. And this is my fear for this team if things don't change. There was some division in our locker room whether Tommy Frazier should come back and start in the national. Now, that's what I'm saying. National championship game over Brooke Behringer, who steered us to 7 straight wins. But Coach Osborne and a lot of teams have always had that rule in play. You can't lose your starting position due to injury. And they were both graded meticulously in those weeks, in that 10 days leading up to the game. I mean, every interception, every bad audible, of course, any turnover, any bad read, they were judged meticulously on that. And Coach Osborne said it was barely an eyebrow, basically, not in his exact words, but it was barely went to Tommy's direction. Well, Tommy gets in the game. Coach Osborne makes a switch. Brooke Behringer got in the game, had a turnover. Coach Osborne made the switch. This is not game 2. This is for all the marbles. What am I simply saying? You have to value the possession above all else. And I just don't see that thus far. I just don't see that thus far.
The biggest, the glaring thing for me, guys, when you look at time of possession, what did we say coming into this game? Nebraska's going to win this game, or at least be competitive in this game, if they hold on to the football and if they chew the clock, right? And they basically sustain drives so that their offense keeps their defense off the field for as much as possible, so that when the defense is out there, they're well rested. And they did that in the first half. And that's why, frankly, guys, it should have been 13-0 in the first half, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Nebraska should have been up, because one thing that we haven't talked about is the missed field goal. You got to hit your field goals. But what I wanted to say is, look at this. Look at the change in time of possession between the first half and the second half here. In the first half, Nebraska held the ball for 18 minutes. In the second half, it was completely flipped. Nebraska held the ball for 11 minutes. So unfortunately, it's so disappointing because in a first half to where you still turned over the football twice.
Yep.
You still dominated the time of possession.
And you were you had Colorado getting frustrated because you had the offense over on the sidelines and they're starting to think to themselves, oh my goodness, we're not going to throw up the big stats like we did last week. We're not going to throw up the touchdowns. We're not going to be talked about. You could see it happening. That's the most disappointing thing. They did exactly what you wanted Nebraska to do in the first half. It's just the last 5 minutes was a complete implosion.
Get this, guys. Nebraska's longest drive in the second half was 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Their longest drive,
playing in the cut. Then you played
exactly.
And that's why they did what they did in the second half.
Nebraska, and that's why they got into a rhythm. You saw Colorado get into a rhythm.
Yep.
Nebraska's longest drive, and this was on the 57-yard touchdown run from Jeff Sims, was 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Your next longest one was 1:52. Nebraska, the best spot that they started from was the 34-yard line, their own 34-yard line. At one point, Colorado started on Nebraska's 19. They started in the red zone. And what happened? You held them to a field goal.
Yeah.
Nebraska held them to a field goal. That's that. So once again, man, just unreal. Colorado started on Nebraska's side of the field 4 times on Saturday.
Yep.
They started at the 19, the 30, the 35, and the 45.
You are going to pay the price when you allow that type of field position that were brought on by turnovers. You're going to pay the price. Not a great team, not a good team, not a decent team. An average team is at least getting 3 out of that. You know, if they just get 3 out of that, that's 12 points. If they score, of course, that's 28. And they pretty much did what they wanted to do on that because we continue to put them in great positions. Here's some numbers. Colorado was sacked 8 times, averaged 1.8 yards per carry, allowed 4.5 yards per carry. They allowed that. 9 penalties for 80 yards, and they still won by 22.
Yep.
All of the aforementioned points I just mentioned, man, were direct reflections on our miscues. When you sack someone 8 times, you hold them to 1.8 yards a carry. You average 5.4 yards a carry. They get penalized 80 yards, and you still lose by 22. And Nick, it goes right to the point you just brought up. When you give the ball that many times in your own territory up, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you. I don't care who you're playing. It's going to cost you. And until we fix, to me, first of all, defensively, I tip my hats to them. You know, I know we got to take a quick break here, Nick. We'll come back and talk about the D. But, I mean, for heaven's sakes, I'm telling y'all, man, if this continues the way it is, there's going to be some division, if it's not already, that's going to be started on that team.
I mean, guys, 8 sacks, as AD mentioned, 11 tackles for loss. 11 tackles for loss.
Yep.
You couldn't have asked for a better defensive performance.
No.
Send it to break, my man.
Good, Raffy.
Oh, I'm not as mean. All right, everybody. We will send it to break just to the drive. 93.7 the ticket.
You're counting on your team to win. So why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanent. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
So, I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on my car insurance.
So you told your agent you play the bagpipes for your dog?
What? No, I didn't get that personal. My agent just helped me create an affordable price just for me. Okay, let me show you what I've been working on. Hey, Buster.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Now through September 13th. Join for just $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. Plus, with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th. See Home Club for details.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415, or online at ambitionelectric.com.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You were so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs. Join us at this year's Ignite Lincoln 15 at Rococo Theater on Thursday, September 14th for an inspiring night of stories that spark change. Get your tickets at ignitelincoln.org. Don't miss this chance to be a part of something extraordinary.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the Ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador. Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Beef, Yours Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. This segment is proudly sponsored by Florial, Italian restaurant and grill just south of Lincoln Southwest High School on 14th and Pine Lake Road. Florial's Italian restaurant provides a cozy, family-friendly setting where good food and good company come together. Whether it's a family dinner, a date night, or a catch-up with old friends, Florial's is the perfect place to make special memories. All you have to do is visit florialsne.com or call 402-423-5576 to make reservations or place takeout orders. Got it. Boom. We saw Bess on Friday doing great. Told me to come in one of these mornings and make special appearance. Feel free to bring food. No, Just joking, Bess. Just joking. Just seeing you. Good dude right there.
Yes, he is. A quick programming note. Actually, not programming note, but just update. Of course, now this weekend, Nebraska also took care of business in volleyball against Long Beach State. They swept them. So that was one victory we were able to get on Saturday, which was good to see that. We just expect that. So a big shout out to the ladies volleyball. I didn't want to forget that. Big shout out to them with their sweep over Long Beach State. They head out to Stanford for their next game this week. So I wanted to put that in there. Defensively, what's that?
That's a big one. Also, guys, since we are on other sports really quickly, have you guys seen what the soccer team is doing?
Yeah, they're in the top 25.
Yeah, 6-1-1 this year.
John Walker.
Yep, there you go.
Marty doing their thing.
Nebraska soccer 6-1-1. Raff, we got a question on the text line.
Bring it.
How about them Raiders?
That's the question. We get Ralph Brody's text, nothing said about it, but how about them Raiders? Oh yeah, Raiders.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Congratulations.
I thought it was over when Jimmy Garoppolo threw the tipped interception in the end zone. That was intercepted.
I thought so too.
I thought it was over, but then what do you know? I turned it back on about 10 minutes later, and they're on the goal line.
Hey Raff, at least you're Broncos, man. I mean, if Lutz makes the extra point, it's a tie game. If he makes the other field goal, I mean, granted, it's a win. At least your team was fighting. My game, I was done being pissed off right after the first quarter. I was like, well, that's a wrap. I was supposed to start packing my clothes for my trip.
Yeah, no, I just sat there. The kickers, I'm just sitting there going, you have a good kicker, and you cut him at the beginning of the summer, Brandon McManus, and then you have another kicker who kicked very well in the preseason. He missed his first kick, but then he was perfect the rest of the preseason. Brett Maher, and he had a good day yesterday. So hey, way to go,
guys! With the Niners, I do want to talk about the Niners real quickly, AD. So I apologize.
No, they put in work, man.
They put in work, and guys, let's take a step back and realize how much of a prime position that they are in. The Niners have a quarterback on a rookie deal, and they were able to lock down Bosa.
Yep.
They have Debo and Brandon Ayuk, who Ayuk had a better game, a 2-touchdown game I believe yesterday.
He killed us. Killed us.
Brandon Ayuk. You have George Kittle that when he's healthy is one of the better tight ends in the league.
Yep.
And a really, really good defense altogether.
And you got McCaffrey that just gashes you.
Yes.
But you've got a window though with them, so you got to get this done in 3 years, because after that,
exactly,
because they've spent a lot of money.
They have, but you're not able and this is what I was reading an article yesterday about this. This is why taking Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant was so much better of a decision than signing him as an undrafted free agent, because you automatically got him for 4 years. At a very, very inexpensive price on a very, very inexpensive deal, which allowed you then to sign Bosa and lock him down. You don't sign Nick Bosa if you have a franchise quarterback.
Warner's a beast,
right?
Yeah.
So 49ers are set for at least 3 more years here to win a Super Bowl. And I think we can all agree that they're going to be probably the favorite in the NFC.
And they were able to trade Trey Lance.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yes.
Yeah. They're going to be the way they beat us, man. They're going to be a team to be reckoned with, man. I mean, and I'm not just saying because it was Pittsburgh, because they just had it all offensively, defensively, special teams. They just did it all, and they did it quickly and efficiently as well, So they definitely took care of business, man. Defensively, what did you guys see that you liked?
Defensive line. I like what we have. I like what we're going to become. I like Riley Van Poppel and Cam Lenhart. I definitely said before the game, my buddy and I were texting back and forth. I said, this will be Cam Lenhart's coming out party. And I thought that he played well. First half, I thought he was probably the best defensive player on the field.
I thought outside of, once again, Nebraska's tackling in space was really, really impressive.
Corners played good.
I thought they tackled really well. And one thing that, Colorado could do, they can obviously hit the deep ball, but one thing they love to do is a lot of underneath routes and just let their athletes go to work. And so with that, I thought Nebraska tackled really well. And I thought they handled the athleticism of Colorado really well outside of the play that
Omar Hill. Tommy Hill. Yeah.
Tommy Hill got beat on. And once again, I mean, there's a lot of things that you can look at is that maybe man's not the right call there. Maybe you would like to see zone in that situation. I think also understanding where that it's a fourth down and understanding where the sticks are and why you're creeping up when the sticks are 5 yards behind you. I think it's things like that and Nebraska for the most part did a really good job of keeping everything in front of them. And so I don't know why that was not the message on that fourth down and long was I will keep everything in front of you, understand where the chains are. Like we said, going into the game, Travis Hunter and their guys are going to beat you once in a while. But it's how do you respond after that? And Nebraska, unfortunately, that was the play, I think, that kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, because after that, it was like, holy cow, Nebraska just finally got a touchdown. And because of a defensive breakdown, now we have to climb this mountain again.
That was a huge momentum breaker, But even with that being said, we have to look at. I mean, we're talking about, not saying we're talking about, but right now we're talking about one play, and we can go to several on offense that just absolutely destroyed us. I thought our defense. I mean, like I said, they had some hiccups, which is expected against a team with this much talent and speed and skill positions is going to happen. The defense, and maybe we sound like a broken record. I think we do sound like a broken record, but from 2 weeks straight, the defense played definitely well enough to win that game against a way more talented offense than they seen last week. They exerted their will. I mean, 8 sacks, 11 TFLs, a grounding penalty that took them back more. You look at all those stats, and you're thinking, this should be at least a 3 to 7 point game either way. Nebraska's way, as far as that goes, at least. But defensively, and I thought our interior line just, and Raff, you called it out, breakout game. Remember you saying that he's going to breakout game, and Linhart had a breakout game. Number 46, number 48, Breiber, that wasn't even on the roster, had a big tackle for a loss for Nebraska. Graber or Dryber is his last name.
Mekhi Gabayer.
Mekhi Gabayer. I mean, there are so many young guys. If there's one thing I'm excited about, is our defense is very young too in a lot of positions, very young, in particular on interior. So they, like I said, I mean, it's so frustrating to keep saying, man, defense, great job, but just no help whatsoever.
Points,
gotta score points, man. Gotta score points. So, go ahead, Nick.
I was gonna say, AD, you guys sent it to break. Raff needs a nap here, so he's gonna snooze.
I don't need a nap.
He's been yawning. I think we're boring him.
No, I've got a sore neck, and I've been trying to.
So
AD,
I think we need to take.
I must have. It's man, it's so.
Let's
sore.
go to break. We'll talk a little bit of offense, which we've talked about that a lot already. But we'll discuss that a little bit, and also get into these NFL scores. And I tell you what, there was a big win for the Longhorns in Tuscaloosa, man. I mean, I tell you what, I got relatives down in Alabama. They're already talking about his replacement, Saban's replacement, which is hilarious to me. He's got to go. He's got to go. We got to go as well, folks, for a quick break. We'll be right back. It's The Drive, 93.7 a ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
You're counting on your team to win. So why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire, 402-560-6197.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Get ready for an unforgettable night at Ignite Lincoln 15. On September 14th, Rococo Theater will come alive with captivating stories from diverse voices that inspire change and spark connection. You'll hear from 12 passionate speakers, including our 5 nonprofit finalists, who are making a real impact. Be part of this remarkable event that celebrates the power of storytelling. Secure your spot now by purchasing tickets at ignitelincoln.org and join us in creating a brighter future together. Don't miss your chance to experience Ignite Lincoln 15, a night of inspiration, community, and possibility.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back. Sure. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Bob just wanted to say thank you for a record-setting July here at Koppel. The summer sales event continues in August, and the incentives are crazy good. Check this out. We got 0.9% financing along with a $2,500 trade-in rebate on select new models. You heard right. 0.9% financing has been extended along with a trade-in rebate. Also, our GM-certified used inventory is filling up fast, so make that money-saving drive to Koppel. It's just south of the interstate, or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with roof credit.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite Tailored Light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket, proudly sponsored by Sandhills Global. Sandhills Global is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Career and internship opportunities are available at the global headquarters in Lincoln. Apply today at sandhills.jobs. Got it. Boom.
Guys, sorry to interrupt you, AD. Sorry to
No,
cut
go
you
ahead.
off there. So I was telling Raff and the guys before the show that I had bought Sunday Ticket the last couple of years, right? Because they always had the college student deal. I think they still do this year, where you can get it for like a lot cheaper.
You not a college student no more,
So
big dog.
I'm not a college student anymore. And I was like, all right, let's go ahead and see if how much I really need it.
Oh, you need it.
Let's see how much, because you forget how accessible. Sounds like a spaceship. Oh, he's vacuuming. Anyway, I thought this was equipment, and I go, oh my gosh,
We
what
got a
is going
UFO
on?
in the building.
Anyway, nonetheless, so I thought, all right, we'll just watch one Sunday of football and see how bad if we need Sunday Ticket. Guys, when I tell you, I found myself basically crying on Sunday because the two games that were available in the early window were the Bengals and the Browns, where Joe Burrow was playing like hot garbage after being paid the most in NFL history, or the 49ers and the sorry bleeping Steelers. Those were the two games that were available.
Yep.
I found myself online looking at the Sunday Ticket packages. This is unreal.
It's crazy, though. With Joe Burrow, though, it's crazy. You remember before the draft about having small hands? And he's like, well, guess I need to find a new career. The one problem that he does with the small hands is when it rains, holding on to the football.
Yeah.
It's the worst. I never have liked throwing the football in the rain. I hate it. And so does he.
It showed yesterday with him. And Nick, you were looking for more games on the Sunday package. I have the Sunday package, and my team was playing, and I was looking for more games on the Sunday package. I found myself, I started getting packed. I mean, I still had it playing on my phone, just kind of watching as I was getting packed, but I was not paying much attention after we got down 20 to nothing. Then we got 27, but we never got really close. So I was also looking for the Sunday package.
The first thing that for the first time ever, I turned on NFL Network and I watched their version of like Red Zone.
Red Zone, yeah.
And they had it was, I mean, not
it's beautiful.
Good. It was bad. No. The NFL Network's version, bad.
Oh, yeah. It's
the
it's
NFL
not the
Network's
same.
version. I was just like, he's like, first of all, so you hear the broadcasters behind him, and then the host, whoever it is, it's not my man Scott Hansen, which is an issue, but the host is like, all right, you have a run for Raheem Mostert here for 2 yards.
Yeah,
that's going to bring up 2nd and 8 for the Miami Dolphins. And I'm like, this is not Red Zone. They are on the 45-yard line.
The worst part.
It was horrible.
For me, the worst part yesterday is every single game at one point yesterday was on a commercial. And I almost went into the shakes. I was like, where is it? Like 30 seconds of no game time. I was find me a game. I'm hopping all over commercial. I'm like, come on, Indianapolis, please.
Hey, Anthony Richardson in his debut.
Yeah,
Anthony
good.
Richardson, not too shabby. CJ Stroud, his first ever completed pass in the NFL was to himself. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I see that. His very first throw was to himself. It got deflected. He caught it.
How about that?
I believe there's another quarterback. His very first throw was a completion to himself.
Yeah. Hey, Sanderson, appreciate it.
Brett Favre.
Sanderson, appreciate you. Really good show today, fellas. Didn't get off the rails. Really good takes and analysis. Good listen. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for listening in. Some of the other scores from this weekend, obviously, Knicks Lions got it done Thursday night against the Chiefs, 21-20. Bucks win 2017. Palmer had a touchdown, his first NFL touchdown. Big shout out to Trey Palmer. Of course, the Niners absolutely destroyed my Steelers 30-7. Commanders, a big win 2016 over the Cardinals. I was surprised the Cardinals play as well as they did. Ravens beat down the Texans 25-9. Colts fall to the Jaguars 31-21. The Browns, as we talked about, actually just beat the smoke out of the Bengals 24-3. Falcons win 24-10 over the Panthers. Saints had a hard-fought game against the Titans, beat them 16-15. The Packers, again, own the Bears 38-20 to the chagrin of many of our buddies. The Rams beat down the Seahawks 30-13. Dolphins, the Finns, Jake Sorensen's Finns got it done in a great game against the Chargers 36-34. Yes, the Raiders beat Rav's beloved Broncos 17-16. Patriots lose at home against the Eagles. Eagles not their best production, but still got it done. And the Cowboys beat the brakes off the Giants in New York 40-0. And we got the Jets and the Bills tonight. That'll take place. So that was this week's rundown of NFL games. Hope your team did about better than my Steelers. So yeah. Oh, out of the three of us, the only one that's got a happy win is Nick and his Lions, and that was it.
I feel so bad for J.K. Dobbins, though.
Oh yeah,
gosh, an Achilles, man.
Again, before he injured again, I should say. Before we go to break, do we know who has the longest streak of passes without an interception, guys?
I'm gonna go Jared Goff.
359 straight passes without an interception for Jared Goff.
Wow.
How about that? Nobody would think about it. Nobody would think.
No. He gets it done, man.
He just
gets
it done.
He just gets it done. People can say what they want. He just gets it done. That's the bottom line.
He's not exciting. He's not flashy. But you know what?
Pete Ferguson, Ezekiel don't even play for the Cowboys no more, so he can't even tweet that in.
Hold on. Nebraska needs a Jared Goff. Nebraska
Man, I don't
needs
care if it's Jared Goff, Jared Flav, Jared Bloff. We just need somebody not throw the ball away. Turnover.
We need a facilitator. We need a facilitator of no turnovers.
One-Eyed Ray says, and Nick just jinxed Goff. No, I didn't.
Yep, he did.
0 interceptions.
Good job, Jim Nance.
You're welcome. All right, AD, send us to break, my man.
You best. John and Cortland, you're right. The 49ers are definitely starting off great, and I think they'll continue. Folks, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with RGT in our final segment on this Monday morning breakdown of the Huskers' loss this weekend. Have Northern Illinois up next. We have the RGT coming up next. It's The Drive. AD, Raff, and Nick, 937 a ticket.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in September. Try their new pizza bagel with pepperoni and fresh mozzarella grilled on a sun-dried tomato bagel. And try their Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Great Plains Trail Network. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe. Hot tub season is here, and to celebrate, Bonsall Pool & Spa is having a Labor Day sale so good that they're offering it for the whole week. Purchase a new High Life Collection or Limelight Collection spa and receive a free step and cover lifter from now until September 11th. Stock will go fast, so hurry in and claim your new spa today. It's the Labor Day sale from September 1st through the 11th at Bonsall Pool & Spa at 33rd and Highway 2 or at bonsallpool.com.
Getting experience to jumpstart a meaningful career can be difficult, and education can cost a fortune. Luckily, AmeriCorps can be the solution. With AmeriCorps, you'll earn a stipend and education award while helping people. Plus, you'll gain professional skills and make connections to help you build your career. If you're ready to start a career you can be proud of, visit serve.nebraska.gov/service to find a program for you. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
It's football season, and that means coaches everywhere are busy making game plans. I'm Matt Knipe with Liberty Law Group. Teams make game plans because no two opponents are the same. At Liberty Law, we understand that no two cases are the same. Whether facing a DUI, criminal charge, or you were injured and it wasn't your fault, we tailor our legal game plan to meet your unique needs. We are relentless trial attorneys serving all of Nebraska. To learn more, go to libertylawnebraska.com. That's libertylawnebraska.com.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any backyard landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627. Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite tailored light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Now through September 13th, join for just $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. Plus, with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th. See Home Club for details.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again, wrapping up another episode of The Drive on a Monday. Talking to the great Terrell Farley over the break. He will be coming up next on The Captain.
Now, Raff, I know you got a 10 o'clock call, so we're going to have to go quick here.
Gotta go fast.
Let's hit the music.
It's time for Raff's Good Take. It's time for Raff's Good Take. It's time for Raff's Good Take right now.
There you go.
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take. We spoke about it a little bit earlier, but it just goes out to all the families and everybody that was affected by 9/11. Just the strength and the courage and just to continue living and just honoring the people that we lost on 9/11. I guess today you don't just, it's for them, today, every day. I don't know. It's so sad, but just the strength that people have showed and the courage. So that's my Raff's Good Take.
There you go. AD. Oh, maybe
Uh-oh.
he
gone?
Hold on, we lost AD for a moment. He has two cameras up.
He's there he is.
Whoa.
He went off
All right.
for some reason. No idea.
There we go.
He's back.
Yep, we're back. What you got for us, AD? Attitude adjuster.
Attitude adjuster for the day, folks. You better have a short memory. You got to have a short memory. All my notes are gone for some reason. It just kind of froze up on me here. But obviously, our sponsor. You got my sound right now.
Yep, you're good.
Okay, but just, and I don't have my notes up to read it verbatim, so I'll just kind of go off memory. iOS, you got me?
Yeah, it's real choppy.
Real choppy.
This is that Grand.
Let me see here.
It's
Yeah,
that North Dakota
Grand
internet.
Forks, North Dakota stuff.
Nick, I tell you what. Hold on one second while I come on here.
You're good.
You're good. We got 2 minutes on here. We're good now. Okay, brought you into Life Choices. What's that?
Send it. Just do it.
Short memory. Let's ride.
AD Attitude Adjustment is sponsored by Integrated Life Choices. ILC is hiring direct support professionals over state of Nebraska, full-time, part-time days, evenings, and weekends. Help assure a meaningful life for the people you support by helping achieve their hopes and dreams. Apply at ilc.net/careers. Short memory on that blurb right there. Yeah, have a short memory, folks. I'm saying that just not because of sports. It's bigger than that. But some things you need to keep a memory in to remember the lessons learned. And I think that goes back to 9/11. On that day, I remember for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, we were more joined. We were more connected and on one accord as a country
let's remember those times. Don't let tragedy have to bring us back together. I guess what I'm saying, man. So have a short memory, but also the long memory serves us well on pain and lessons learned, because we were more united than ever during that time after 9/11. I'd love to see those days back again, not to let politics, race, etc. divide us. But remember, at the end of the day, man, we all bleed the same, and it's red, baby. It's red.
There it is.
All right, everybody. It's been another great show. Monday, I believe Matt Rule speaks today.
He sure does.
So we'll be able to talk about that press conference tomorrow on the drive. Have a great rest of your day. We will talk to you tomorrow.